Chris Coffey and Dominique Mitchell to tap it up. How will Georgetown deal with the size of Dominique Mitchell, 7 foot tall? But Chris Coffey beats him for the tip. And Jacob Conway will bring it into the front court.
Which is kind of unusual. You see LJ usually to start the offense.
And they'll set a screen for Conway. He falls back behind. Three-pointer short. Chris Coffey the rebound. And here we go with Chris Coffey. A rebound off the opening basket.
And he has something to say to Kyron Jones. Where were you on the glass, boy?
Well, I was talking to two of them before the game, and Kyron Jones actually leads the team in offensive rebounding by 4. Chris Coffey told me in front of Kyron Jones that he was going to pull ahead of him tonight. So
okay,
Chris Coffey now 3 behind Kyron Jones for the team high in offensive boards.
We'll keep that close.
Yeah.
And check.
Mitchell lost it down low. Turnovers have been an issue for him on the year. This is his first. Coward to Coffey. He'll take the elbow jumper. Nice looking stroke from Chris Coffey, and his hot play continues. He has the first 4 of the night.
And he has an opportunity to look at his partner again, Kyron Jones.
On the block, this is Gilliland working against Kyron Jones.
That's a nice piece of offense for him.
Yeah, Dirk Nowitzki style fall-away jumper there, and Gilliland gets the Knights on the board.
Well, see, you're younger. I remember Dirk too, but that was a Larry Bird look.
Coffey working on Mitchell.
All of a sudden he's got a guard hat on, doesn't he?
Now the switch here as Coffey's trying to back down Owens Crawford. Good look diagonal.
Nice look.
Jake Omer knocks down a 3. Good offense. Chris Coffey already with 4 points, a rebound, and an assist. 7-2. Thanks to Chris Coffey.
That might be the last time we say he has an assist tonight, but you never know.
This is Gilliland working out on the perimeter.
Gilliland's one of the few on this KCU team that was here 2 years ago that came in here and got blown out.
To the elbow, Gilliland working against Jones. Jones holds his ground. Out deep. Beck wants a 3. He has a 3. His 23rd 3 of the season. Again, that's what he does. All but 5 of his made baskets on the year are from downtown, and Omer lost touch with him, and he knocked down the jumper.
Well, Omer dropped back in the lap.
Omer blocked down low by Mitchell. The ball out of bounds over to Georgetown.
Dropped back down in the lap of the KCU player that was on the block, or on the elbow, actually, to give help. But Jake's got to understand who he's assigned to guard in the defensive end.
And that time, inside, blocked by the 7-footer. And that's something that you don't see very often at this level either, is Omer giving up nearly a foot in height. And Mitchell with an easy block. Here he is working against Coffey. Spin inside.
Nice move.
Good move from
That was
Mitchell.
nice. Footwork was incredible right there. He went over his right shoulder and then back to his left and back through with a step through.
Versatile-looking big fella he is. Coward on the right wing. Now straight away to Omer. Now to Conway. He'll let it go occasionally from that range. Here's Coward.
Oh, he missed the lob.
I think that 7-foot size of Mitchell may have deterred him. Omer, deep 3. Way off the mark. Mitchell has the board. Mitchell averages just 3 rebounds per game, but he also is limited in his play. Tied at 7, 16:45 to play in the first half. Here's Cardinal Brown.
Oh, they got a big matchup.
And a bad pass, and Omer with an easy interception. Omer all the way and is fouled on the drive by Cardinal Brown. And our first foul of the game.
Well, I will tell you this, too, as we have Chris Briggs out on the floor, and we have officially got blood on a finger for
Omer has a little cut on the finger.
No, that ain't a little blood. That's a whole lot of blood on that finger.
Well, they'll have to get that cleaned up before he goes to the foul line.
Now we're not saying we don't see 7-footers down at this level. It's just rare that you
It's
do.
It's uncommon, yes.
There was a guy 2 years ago for Texas Wesleyan. It was 7-footer. He never got off the bench, but at least that year. Then there was a 6'11" kid that played, and he was a big body, wide body, athletic, really soft hands that played down at LSU Alexandria the last few years.
Nico Clarith comes into the game to shoot the free throws for Omer while he's getting that cut looked at. And Clarith with a rare miss
he only missed
from
3
the foul
coming
line.
in, right? All year?
Yeah, coming into tonight from the foul line, that now is his 3rd miss.
Okay.
And the second one, though, no problem.
That first one was just a warm-up.
We're going to say Nico was cold coming off the bench.
Cold ain't the word. No, he's usually not cold coming off the bench. He's got that right arm cocked and loaded.
His free throw percentage dropped from 92% down to 90% after going 1 for 2. There are worse things in the world.
Thank you.
Georgetown back in front, 8-7. KCU patient with their offense. And Beck wants another three and let it go again. Georgetown late closing out. And again, that's all Noah Beck does. He's just firing it from downtown.
He won't put the ball on the floor, so you got to get him off the line. Nice pass.
Maybe a little too hot to handle. Jones got blocked the first time. Out to Kyron Jones. Three-pointer, no good, and Mitchell clears it away inside.
Yeah, that had some heat on it.
Mitchell to Gilliland at the foul line and is fouled by Conway on the jumper attempt. First foul against Georgetown. It'll put Cole Gilliland at the line. He is an excellent free throw shooter, 85%. He's had some big games on the year despite him coming in losses against Point University on November the 9th. He had 27 points and 12 rebounds in a losing effort. And then 1 week later against Columbia International out of South Carolina, 25 points and 9 boards. He will go about 30 minutes per night. The way he carries himself, he is a future head coach.
Yep.
Whether it be here at Georgetown College or
he's wearing no socks tonight either. I've never seen a coach do that.
It's a casual look. We're approaching the holidays.
He's done that the last couple of weeks.
He changes his looks up though. Like you said, the salad up top is still as fresh as ever.
Oh yeah.
So Gilliland hits both free throws. It's a 4-point Kentucky Christian lead as we resume action. Coward will take the 17-footer, and that was well contested and better defense as Conway went up for the putback. It was blocked from behind by Cardinal Brown.
Well, right now, Kentucky Christian's giving the effort they need to stay in this game. Not only stay in it, but maybe have a chance to win it.
Leading by 4.
And they've got Georgetown in a half-court offense, too, right
And this
now.
is what I was wondering if they would do, is slow the game down, limit the number of possessions. Because they had to know coming in, if they tried to run with Georgetown, it would probably wind up ugly. Crawford dribbling it down, shot clock down to 5, over to Cardinal Brown. Shot clock down to 2, he doesn't want it. Beck finally has to let it go and nearly banked it home. Beck misses one, but I think that's more on Cardinal Brown for giving it up at the last second. Clarence gets called for the walk.
See, that's not a walk. He made that jab step with the right foot. Now, I couldn't see for sure, but we've seen it before where they have that plant foot established, and he made the jab step with the right foot and then went back left. He could have dragged the pivot foot a little bit. Couldn't see it from this angle, but that's not a walk just because you make a jab step and then make one way and then go the other direction.
First turnover of the night for Georgetown.
Stepped on our producer's foot over here just now.
He can cut off your mic anytime he wants.
Well, no, I got the sound in front of me.
Clarence came off of a Georgetown high of 35 points in the win over Ohio Eastern on Saturday. Commits
you got to talk.
Crawford into the middle. Gilliland, extra pass down low to Mitchell. Lost it on the way up. Got it back. Missed the second time.
Conway got a piece of it.
Boy, Mitchell's got good footwork. Hands not so much on that exchange.
Yeah, he should go up and dunk that at 7 foot tall.
Coward working on Crawford. Cut off by the 7-footer. Puts it up anyway. Coffee tried the putback slam. Posh misses one. Coffee battling inside with Mitchell, and the 7-footer rips it down.
Well, he's causing some problems with his height.
Beck misses a 3. Nobody goes and gets the rebound. 4 white shirts stand and watch at it, and Cardinal Brown picks it up for the Knights.
Well, they all sprinted back right underneath the rim.
Brown out to Crawford.
Good closeout.
Crawford, shot clock under 10. Spin in the lane. Fall away from 15. Banked it home. That is a gorgeous-looking play from Owens Crawford.
Well, if you ask him, he tried to bank it. That was not intentional. That was a pretty good challenge from LJ.
6-point Kentucky Christian lead. 14-8. Coffee thinking about it, doesn't want it. Now gives it up to Clarith. Clarith tried to bounce feed down low, and Coffee was held by Brown going to the rim, and that is Brown's second foul. And it looks like for the moment, Coach Akeem Scott will leave Brown in with the 2 fouls, and if I'm Georgetown, I'd be running some offense to get it over his way. Clarith, 3 behind a screen. Nico's 30th 3 of the season. He is 6th in the country with those 30-made threes. And Georgetown snaps the KCU run to cut the deficit in half, now down to 3.
Well, but again, KCU has Georgetown in a half-court set right now.
Crawford,
nice.
Nice feed to Gilliland, and he's fouled from behind by Clarith.
And then Gilliland got a knee in the back or something like that. And he looks very uncomfortable with it. He gives a heavy sigh as he comes back to the free throw line.
Good start here for Cole Gilliland. Can work outside. We saw him hit that fall-away jumper. Works his way comfortable at the rim.
Well,
very good-looking free throw stroke.
Well, here's the thing. And you know, partner, with how I term this, he's not a wow athlete. In other words, he doesn't sit there and make you go, wow.
Just gets the job done.
He's just blue collar.
He has 6.
You expect to see him put a hard hat on and carry a lunch pail.
Absolutely.
You know.
Kyle Washington comes into the game for Kentucky Christian, replacing Cardinal Brown. Washington wears 1 in black. Coffey hands off to Conway, defended by Washington, and misses a 3. Chris Coffey has the rebound.
Now he's 2 behind.
Conway tries it again. This time is good. Conway thought it was going to be short and chased it, and it wound up going down. It's Conway's 24th 3 of the year. Georgetown within 2. And now coming with some pressure.
Now this half-court trap from Georgetown, the run and jump.
Crawford, great pass down low to Gilliland, and he hits the hook. Boy, that is senior to junior right there. Not a half-court defense they haven't seen before, and they break it perfectly.
Well, that was good ball movement, good player movement. Nice move by Jacob.
Spun immediately on back to the baseline. Conway with 5 in a row.
And he got the ball up on the backboard quickly with a 7-footer approaching.
Crawford this time being challenged by Posh. Gives it up to Mitchell inside. Mitchell got it back, then throws a bad pass. And Coward running this side. And should have thrown the lob up top to Clarith. Now gets it back, and Nico throws it down. He had plenty of dunking practice on Saturday against Ohio Eastern. Gets one here.
Nico
now with 6, so we're tied at 18.
I got on him. I said the only 2 guys that didn't dunk on the team besides Omari were LJ and Conway.
And Clarith knocks that one out. Kentucky Christian will have the ball near the midcourt line after the timeout. 11:46 to play in the first half. Kentucky Christian playing well early at number 1 Georgetown. We're tied at 18 on stretch.
Gymnasium for 40.
How do things change now for Kentucky Christian now that Dominique Mitchell is checked out? The 7-footer gives way to the 5'9 junior guard Connor Maddox, who, as we said, is a stellar scorer off the bench.
Well,
he wears 24. He has the ball right now.
They're going to put Gilliland in the post, and they'll go 4 out.
3-pointer on the left wing, not there. As Crawford tried one, Clarith has the rebound. He's pushing all the way. No one cuts him off, and he lays it in. That's the one thing you're supposed to do in transition defense, cut off the ball handler. Nobody did, and Georgetown has the lead.
And you theoretically want to stop him at the free throw line.
Crawford gives it back to Maddox. He'll let it fly from anywhere. That one barely grazes iron. Clarith got away with a foul on the other side.
Oh, a huge foul.
Shoved Washington to the floor. Here is Clarith. No-look lob.
Oh.
Posh somehow corralled that and laid it in.
That was a nice no-look.
That was a missile from Clarith, and good soft touch from Posh for his first basket. 22-18 in favor of Georgetown.
Being down there in Australia, he probably has a lot of those really exotic animals running around that he's probably had to either catch or get rid of.
Beck from way deep hits his 3rd 3 of the half.
Coffey again ran out at him with his hands down. You got it. Well, there's a good 3-point shooter. You got to come out close quickly, but have your hands up.
That's the 3rd 3 for Beck. He has all of the triples for the Knights thus far. Clarith fall away from 19. Not there. Chris Coffey inside lays it in, and that's where Kentucky Christian will be hurt without Mitchell in the lineup. That is the 6th offensive rebound for Georgetown on 10 missed shots.
And Georgetown's Chris Coffey has 3. He is, and he fouled a 3-point shooter.
That's Beck again. Noah Beck has 4 threes in the first 10 minutes, and now he's going to the line for a 4-point play to give his team the lead.
Coffey pleading his case. He thinks Beck flopped. I'm not sure. I couldn't see. It was right behind the computer screen here.
There was contact, no doubt about it. Jake Omer into the game after getting that cut on his finger taken care of.
It actually looks like it's on the back of his hand, maybe.
Noah Beck, 4-point play. He has 13 already, and Kentucky Christian back in front by 1.
What did he come in averaging?
9. He's had a couple of big games, though. Coward on the drive, fouled by Crawford.
Well, you ask what happens when Mitchell goes to the bench. Immediately Georgetown starts attacking the rim.
Beck had a 25-point game against Alice Lloyd back on November the 4th. It wound up being a Knights loss, but still a nice performance there. And their last game against Reinhardt had 15 points, all on 3-pointers, as Coward hits the first free throw for his first point of the night to tie us at 25 with 10:05 to play in the first half.
The outside official here was going to go in and say something to Chris Coffey because he was talking to Beck. And then Gary Durbin motioned him away, the official on the baseline. because he's been around Chris Coffey. He knows how Chris is. He just talks.
Beck.
They got to close out.
Had the hot hand being defended by Clarith right now. Washington at the top. Good bounce feed into the corner. Crawford wants a three. He has a three.
Well, I tell you what, they go bombs away. We'll see how they play, though, with the 40 minutes. But this is right here is where they've got Georgetown. Georgetown's had only a couple of fast break opportunities.
Kentucky
here.
Christian 5 for 8 from downtown thus far. Coward stops at the foul line, out to Clarith. He wants a three to match, and it is good. Nico Clarith with 11 on his second three of the night. We're tied again, this time at 28. Crawford straight away, gives off to Gilliland and sets a screen. Gilliland wants to try. That one way off. Gilliland, that's the one deficiency in his game. He's just a 28% three-point shooter.
Oh.
Look at Posh trying to cross over people and lay it in.
And go behind the back on top of that.
He's a 6'8 freshman.
And you already tell he's hanging around Chris Coffey. He's getting some of his personality, too.
Washington wanting to drive on Posh into the corner. Maddox, his three. You can't leave him. And Chris Briggs wants a timeout. And that's the second time we've seen Jake Omer leave a sharpshooter. He did it earlier with Beck, now does it with Maddox. And Chris Briggs calls a timeout.
And tonight I had an opportunity to do that.
There you go.
But here's the thing, Omer's got to know. You have a really good three-point shooter. You better find him because he's as good as you are on the offensive end.
That's twice he's lost two really good three-point shooters in Noah Back and Connor Maddox. Coward working the top, his team trailing by one. Clarith wants another three. He has another three, and he was backing away as soon as he let it go. Nico Clarith on his game tonight. He has 14, and Georgetown back in front off of the Tigers' fifth three.
And he hadn't been in the game but at 3.5 minutes.
Perimeter defense lacking for both teams as they're combined 11 of 19 from downtown.
How'd that pass get through there?
I have no idea. Back works it to the top, and Crawford with 10 to shoot. Crawford working on Cowherd. Maddox went baseline, falling away. Crawford's jumper, good-looking form. Can't get it to go down, though. Chris Coffey has his sixth rebound. And now off to Omer. Omer, bounce
nice
feed.
Look.
Great feed down there, and Posh with a dunk.
Well, now you see how the difference. KCU took a bad shot down here, and Georgetown got out into transition.
35-31 in favor of the Tigers. Back, another one. Too strong this time, but Maddox has a long board. Coward doesn't block out his man. And Connor Maddox nearly made Georgetown pay. Coffey with his seventh rebound. Coward up the right side. Clarith, heat check. He's still on. He has 17. 38-31 all of a sudden, thanks to Nico Clarith.
Like I said, he has that right arm cocked and loaded at all times.
Crawford stops at the elbow, now to the top in Washington. Washington slipped. That was right around the spot where they cleaned up a little bit of perspiration earlier. Apparently it wasn't dry all the way, and that's what Washington is saying, but he gets called for the walk.
Well, he doesn't get called for the walk because he slipped and went down. He was on one knee. He's fine right there. He got up is what the problem was.
Watch this matchup here. Cardinal Brown back into the game, and it looks like he will initially be matched up defensively with Nico Clarith. Nico's been on his game thus far with 17, and now he's going to work against a guy who already has two fouls. And here comes Clarith around the horn. You just have the feeling he's going to rise and fire, just like that.
That was the extra heat check.
Nico's 5 for 6 from downtown. He has 20, and all of a sudden it's a 10-point Georgetown lead.
And that was pretty good defense from Cardinal Brown.
Brown going to drive on Clarith this time and stops just outside the painted area. Gets it out to Washington, who got lost in there and can't get it to go down. Trying to save it in, threw it right to Clarith. Brown tried to rip it away. Nico Clarith has it himself. Clarith to the corner. That should have been going to Omer. Coffey intercepted. Coward. I think he's looking for Nico Clarith right now. He'll back it out. 6:05 to play in the half. 10-point Georgetown lead. Omer instead. Corner three. Not there. Washington fouled by Coffey. And that will be Coffey's second.
Yeah, Chris a little bit out of control going after the rebound. But for young players out there, both male and female, when you are a post player that's as good a
really impressive thus far. Georgetown distributing the basketball. 10 assists on 16 made baskets. L.J. Coward already with 6 dimes tonight.
Wow.
So now it's the Knights' turn to respond as Nico Clarith has gone bombs away here on the final game before Thanksgiving. How do they get responded? They're going to go inside to the 7-footer, Mitchell.
And go ahead, Coffey, who's got 2 on him.
I'm surprised he's still in the game. Posh rejects the shot out of bounds.
He's coming out now.
Right now, and Hugo Boomba checks in. Didn't play against Ohio Eastern, but he's back in uniform. Looks pretty good in warm-up.
Stop the phone. Somebody call the media. We have a crisis. Chris Coffey dropped his gum out of his mouth. He looks so dejected.
He'll get a fresh piece. Crawford at the top. 3 not there, and Posh, good fight inside with Mitchell, and he eventually comes away with it. Posh up ahead to Clarith. Evaluating against Washington. Boy, wow. He is feeling it right now.
Look out.
Broke it off and nearly had the 3 go down.
Yeah, you do all that fancy dribbling to get yourself a shot. You got to finish that one then. He'll say, I should have hit it.
Just his second miss from three-point range tonight. Crawford, nice pass inside to Mitchell, but he walked in corralling it. And we've seen that early on, partner, with Mitchell. The hands are an issue.
Well, that wasn't his fault because
that was a missile.
That was one of those Nolan Ryan, Aroldis Chapman type fastballs. It's either catch it or I'm going to break your nose with it.
Georgetown trying to get Mitchell away from the bucket right now. Boomba came out to set a screen. Now he posts up on Mitchell straight away to Nico Clarith.
And I don't think Mitchell's got a foul yet either, does he? So he's played, about for the first 10 minutes of the game and not gotten a foul at all.
Step back over Crawford, not there, and Clarith has missed his last 2. Not a good offensive set that time for Georgetown. Cardinal Brown trying to shake and bake. Gets off to Gilliland, straight away 3. Not there. Boomba, good position in front of Mitchell for the board.
Yeah, that was a good block out.
Coward, weaving through traffic, takes it himself.
Yeah, Boomba almost took out LJ, but good heads up by the big man for the Tigers.
Coward's first field goal of the night.
That's a quiet 6 assists, too, he's got. He hadn't really made one that's been a dime dropper just quite yet.
Georgetown currently on a 15-1 run. And now Posh has the steal. Does he have the speed to finish? He is fouled by Washington.
That was a hard foul.
Posh with a smile on his face. Hard foul by Washington. I didn't see anything malicious there anyway, but
just Posh is just all arms and legs. It looks like it's really bad because he's just so gangly.
I would say if you're going to commit a foul in the open floor, that's the type to commit. Come through hard, nothing malicious obviously, but make sure he doesn't get a shot up at the rim.
Well, you make sure, I had a coach a long time ago tell me when you foul like that, make sure they don't get the ball up above their waist. If they get it up to their chest, 9 times out of 10, they're going to finish and get an and 1.
And especially with Washington giving up 6 inches to Posh. Conway back in. LJ Coward gets his first breather. Second free throw for Posh is good. He now has 7.5.
He's been very active, especially on the defensive end.
16-1 run in favor of Georgetown. And it's only taken about 5 minutes to do it. Gilliland at the top, looking for some help, and finally it's Crawford has it now down to Mitchell. Double team coming. Mitchell finds his way through it and lays it in.
Bumba did all he could. That was a nice entry pass from Maddox.
Omer bumped on the drive.
Oh, and Brown just picked up his 3rd. He looked at the official and said, hey, I'm getting cleared out. And then he gave one more bump, and he just picked up his 3rd. That is a tough call. That's
the risky run by being in there late in the first half with the 2 fouls. He'll have to go to the bench now. Noah Back will take his place.
That's an unfortunate foul on Brown because he looked at the official to tell him he was being cleared out. It was almost like the official said, well, let me call the game. I'm going to call a foul on you.
Omer.
Oh, nice.
Finally clears space away from Back.
Nice.
Credit to Noah Back for staying with Omer as long as he did, but finally the junior wins the battle over the freshman. It's Omer's second bucket, 46-33. Conway deflected it, but Back keeps it now to Gilliland.
Let's see if Conway stays in Back's shirt.
Washington to Gilliland at the foul line. Mitchell clearing space on the left side. And Gilliland, I think it was late in recognizing it. Washington working around with 5 to shoot. Now out to Crawford. He'll have to take it. And that nearly went down. Clarith has the rebound, his 4th.
Good challenge from Conway. Got a hand in his face at the last minute. Nice pass.
Good bounce feed, and Conway can't get it to go. Halfway down and came back out.
First time I've seen 2 shots and back-to-back trips on either end do the same thing, identically.
Gilliland, great feed down low to Washington, now into Mitchell. Somehow kept the pivot foot down, can't get the shot to go. Posh with the board.
And Boomba got a hand in there to try to disrupt the catch from Mitchell.
Omer, the floater.
Missed it.
Not there. Gilliland has it on the weak side, and he is fouled trying to move up the floor.
Conway.
And that will be Jacob Conway's second. So he is the second Tiger, joining Chris Coffey with 2 fouls.
And as expected, Conway says, I didn't touch him.
Connor Maddox back in for the Knights.
Now you got both sharpshooters on the floor for KCU.
Coward in for Conway.
Well, I didn't realize LJ had gotten a break.
Lasted all of about 90 seconds.
Yeah, but he's used to that. He did that several times last year down the stretch.
Crawford working against the 6'8 Posh gives it back to Noah Back.
I think there was once out in Kansas City had all of a 15-second break.
Posh knocks the pass into the bench.
You see what I'm talking about? The energy level he's got on both on the defensive end here right now. Posh, he's going to drag the rest of his teammates along with him with that defensive energy.
Similar to what we saw with Chris Coffey in his early years here at Georgetown. It took a while for the offensive game to develop, and Coffey's turned into one of the better all-around players in the country. But that's a way, especially early on in your collegiate career, if you want to earn minutes on the floor, you bring it on this side of the floor. And that's how Chris Coffey, quite frankly, his freshman year earned a lot of minutes, was the energy defensively and rebounding. The offensive game was slow to come along.
Well, Beck's got to try to get that thing in around the long arms of Posh.
2 minutes to play in the first half. 13-point Tiger lead. Crawford with the shot clock winding down. Couldn't get it to go, and Georgetown has put the clamps down on Kentucky Christian. And offensively, Coward.
Oh, wow.
Great feed.
There's one of the ones that make you go, wow.
That's LJ's 7th assist of the night. It's a 15-point Georgetown lead, a 20-3 Tigers run. KCU has been held to 3 points over the last 7 minutes. Maddox, not much going there. Posh with the board. Posh giving good minutes here in the first half. Clarith off the hot start. Euro step around the 7-footer. Soft touch. Nico Clarith with 22.
He's been quiet for a little while.
50 points again in the first half for Georgetown. Crawford stops at the foul line, bounce feed to nobody in particular.
He thought Maddox was going to cut all the way to the basket, but Maddox looked up and saw Bumba standing there.
That's KCU's 7th turnover and into the game for the first time. Jabari Murphy, the junior out of Tacoma, Washington.
That's a long way to come.
And also Jordan Buchanan in the 6'2 junior out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Previously played at Volunteer State Community College.
Out of Nashville. It's one of those colleges on a row there.
As did Jabari Murphy. Previously played at Volunteer State Community College. So there's your connection. Go ahead and get both kids if you can. And that's exactly what Akeem Scott did. Clarith, three-pointer. Left it short. Good rebound by Boomba.
How many offensive rebounds does Georgetown have right now?
That is the 7th. Had a flurry early, and it has quieted down since because the Tigers have been hitting their shots. Coward hammered on the drive, and he'll go to the line.
It was Murphy that got the foul, correct?
That is. Buchanan was in the area. Jabari Murphy gets called for the foul, his first, team's 5th.
Well, again, for those folks that don't know, nice, somewhat eccentric sense of humor, or off the wall, or however you want to say it.
Coward hits the free throw. He has 4.
I always played, when I played my basketball career in high school and middle school and things, I said, I got 5 fouls, I'm going to use them. And I'm going to get every money's worth of I can out of all 5.
Good form for L.J. Coward. He now has 5 points to go along with 7 assists, 52-33. 24-3 Georgetown run over the last 7.5 minutes. 20 seconds to go in the half, 16 on the shot clock, and Crawford dribbling it down. Crossover there on Posh. Still trying to evaluate. Now has to give it out to Buchanan. He'll leave it back to Noah Back. Shot fake, and finally lets it go and hits the elbow jumper. Noah Back with 15. Shot clock off, and Nico Clarith trying to get one final shot, and does not go. Would have counted, but left it just short and to the right. So Georgetown, after a sloppy start defensively, limits Kentucky Christian to just 7 points over the final 8 minutes.
With you know, if you're Chris Briggs, you're looking at Kyron Jones, say this is the kind of effort we need out of you every night out.
KCU will go with their original starting five, including Cardinal Brown, who had three fouls in the first half. Mitchell walked away from a pass. It results in a turnover. Omer to the baseline, and
Coffee got away with a walk.
They backed out of it there. Try the same jab step that Clarith got called for Georgetown's only turnover. Coward, scoop pass off to Coffee. Pretty looking jumper for Chris Coffee. Coffee's 4 for 4 tonight.
Wait a minute, you just said a pretty looking jumper. We've seen him.
Went down.
Well,
there's been some other ones that have been ugly.
The form is not what you would call picture perfect, but the result was.
Pass inside to Mitchell.
Well, they've left Mitchell in some really tough spots with the passing.
Brown gets it over to Mitchell. This time he is spiked away by Coffee. You got to go stronger than that. Conway, Euro step inside, over back. The floater is good. Conway now with 7.
Was that LJ or Jake that passed him that? I don't remember.
Crawford picked up the dribble, now gives it to Mitchell. Got in good position on Coffee.
That's a nice move by the big man.
Used the rim as a defender and laid it in.
That was a nice move. Very patient, though. He could have panicked and thrown up any kind of shot, but he got his feet under him.
Coward steps on the end line. It goes over to Kentucky Christian. That's just Georgetown's second turnover of the night.
Those little highlighter orange tennis shoes, it's going to give you away when you get on the black stripe down there.
That's where you need to go with the left shoe, the bright one, and the right foot wear the black shoe.
Well, how are you going to change when you come the other direction?
That's what you got timeouts for.
Okay.
Brown lost it down low. They'll say it was last touch by the Tigers, so Kentucky Christian will keep it.
Oh, boy, no wonder your daughter closed the door on you today. Kidding.
That's a whole other deal.
She's the boss of the house.
She is, and she knows it.
Yep.
56-37, Georgetown with the lead. Here is Brown posted up on the smaller Omer, and smart move by Brown to use the size and then head fake and eventually earn his way to the foul line.
And they got Omer underneath. Jake's got to know that. He's got to know that Coffee's looming somewhere in the backside. You just stay right there. Don't reach in.
If anything, I'd like to see Omer shade himself a little bit more towards the baseline and force Brown back into the middle as Brown hits the free throw for his first point.
Because you got Coffee, you got Posh. They're in the neighborhood, and those guys are going to erase any shot that may go up from that distance.
Cardinal Brown's first 2 points, 56-39 in favor of Georgetown. Just under 2 minutes gone by here in the second half as the Tigers look to finish this one off and go to 9-0 on the season. Coward to the corner. Posh wants a three. I'm telling you, that's a good-looking stroke. The shots aren't falling right now for him from downtown. He's just 3 of 12. But over time, those shots are going to start falling for him, and he's going to be even more of a matchup nightmare.
But I like the fact he's looking to shoot. Yep, Brown walked.
Put the feet down before the ball, and he gets called for the walk. It's KCU's 9th turnover.
He saw Coffee running at him, and
Chris Coffee having a friendly exchange with head coach Akeem Scott of KCU, and both of them with a smile on their face.
There's no telling what Akeem said to Chris, and no telling what was the exchange back.
Coward pass in the corner. Posh. Same spot, different result.
Same play, too, They ran the same exact offensive set.
You have to be able to come in with some skill from that range for the coaching staff to allow you as a true freshman to go ahead and take that shot and encourage you to take that shot, as you said.
Well, Chris Coffee said that Posh was not confident in that shot enough to shoot it, although he has a beautiful-looking shot.
And he gets late on the rotation this time and gets called for the foul down low on Gilliland. Posh is first, and Cole Gilliland will go to the foul line. Gilliland had 8 in the first half. Second high man behind back.
Same official has an exchange with Chris Coffee. He needs to understand, hey, talk to the veteran 2 officials. The other 2 officials on this crew tonight are veteran officials. They've been around Chris Coffee. They know when he talks, he's not necessarily being bad or anything. He's talking to anybody that'll listen, or maybe the voice that's in his head at that point in time.
Well, it's interesting, too, because on that sequence, because that foul was called on Posh. That wasn't even Coffee's responsibility.
Right.
But you never know what that conversation could have been. Maybe it could have been something that happened down on this other end of the floor.
Yeah.
Coward steps back, now working inside, on back, and swatted away by the 7-footer. Good pass up ahead to Brown. And Brown fights through Omer and finishes. Nice play
Nice
all around
outlet
from Mitchell.
Nice outlet from the big 7-footer.
He gets the assist. That's 4 straight for the Knights. Cuts it down to a 16-point Georgetown lead. Omer working on Crawford. Spins to the baseline. Off the glass. Not there. Coffee goes over top of the 7-footer for the putback. And I'm sorry, Kyron Jones. He's going to pass you for the team leading offensive rebounds.
He just did. I think Jones was, ahead by 3 when they're coming in or 4?
I think they might be tied.
They may be tied now.
61-43. Coffee now into double figures with 10. Mitchell lost it down low.
Great
Posh
job by
Posh.
Posh to help.
Force him to give it up. Brown working inside to Gilliland. I think he was surprised at how open he was. Got his own rebound back. Tried to draw contact there, and Chris Coffey has the board. 3-on-2 coming ahead. Chris Coffey of the bounce feed, and Jake Omer lays it in.
Wait a minute. That's 2 assists in 1 game for Chris Coffey.
That's actually now 3.
Are you serious? They gave him another assist somewhere?
3 assists for Chris Coffey tonight.
Wow.
Back to a 20-point Georgetown lead.
He might have a little bit of guard skills, maybe. Not yet ready to make that commitment just quite yet. That was a nice job of giving it up to a guy streaking down the wing.
Brown inside gets called for the offensive foul, and then trying to clear space. That is his 4th. In case you're wondering, folks, Chris Coffey's career high for assists in a game is 6, set last year.
That was in the national semifinals, I believe. The game that he had the big 32 points and 15 rebounds and 5 blocks. I think he had 6 assists to go along with that. That was part of the issue that got him to the most outstanding player.
Nearly had a reverse lay in there. He actually had 5 assists against Arizona Christian in the 3rd round. His season high last year was 6 against IU Southeast. Okay. Here's Omer on the other side. And now KCU needs a timeout as Georgetown quickly starting to turn defense into offense and are slowly breaking this thing open. And that's what you talked about at the top of the broadcast.
Giving him speed, he's going to go faster. That's what Georgetown does. They seem to ratchet up the speed factor in their transition basketball.
It makes it very difficult to deal with.
Very much.
For an opponent.
And you got anybody that can handle the point.
Here is Kyle Washington to the game for the first time. Now gives it off to Crawford. Gilliland tried to post up. Posh denied. Crawford gave it up at the foul line. Back to Washington. They're trying to get it down to Mitchell. They can't find an entry angle. Gilliland. Spin move over Posh well off the mark, but Washington beats Omer to the spot for the rebound. Back wants a 3-point try. It is good.
Well, I think Back just told me to shut up. He can shoot off the move.
His 5th 3 of the night. He has 18. On the other side, Omer swatted away by Mitchell, but Conway's there to clean it up. Jacob Conway now with 9, 67-46.
As Gilliland is for KCU, that's Conway for Georgetown. He's the guy that brings the hard hit, the blue-collar worker.
Mitchell, just too much size down low for Chris Coffey. Just got him posted up and off the glass. Mitchell with 8.
I think he also got it when he went to shoot the ball. He put that left arm in the mouth of Chris Coffey a little bit. Wasn't intentional.
Coward. Now Omer. Georgetown slows it down just a bit. Fakes a shot on Washington. Nearly lost his balance. Found it back to Conway. KCU wanted to walk on Conway. Won't get it. Shot clock under 10. Coward going to get a start here on Crawford. And off the glass. Soft touch. Couldn't get it to go. Coffey eventually pulls down the rebound. That is his 10th. Another double-double for Chris Coffey. Omer can't finish that one at the rim. Gilliland now up 3-on-1. And he'll leave it back. Noah back. His 3 is good. His 6th 3 of the night. Give him 21.
I got it down to 16. It was 24 a moment ago.
The 8th Kentucky Christian 3 of the night. 6 of them from Noah back. Coward. Shot fake. Gets it out to Conway. Conway inside. They left Posh alone. I don't know how you miss a 6'8" dude on the baseline, but Kentucky Christian did. And Posh with the slam. He has 14.
Well, he's slight of build. That would be the only excuse I could give as a player.
Crawford challenged by Omer, has to give it up. Posh should have had a run out and got his feet moving before he secured the ball. And now we got a shot clock issue as
shot clock reset.
Yeah, it was reset and shouldn't have. As Posh had never secured possession on the play. Well, he was running the other way for a highlight. Jake Omer out, Nico Clarith in. Nico Clarith subbed in right around this point. Yep. About 7 minutes into the ball game and wound up finishing the first half with 22.
Well, and here's the thing, too. You go from offense to offense so you don't lose anything. I mean, Omer can can go off at any point in time. Clarence can do the same thing.
And that's the thing we talked about with on the other side with Kentucky Christian, the instant offense. Connor Maddox gets you off the bench. Nico Clareth, he's come off the bench all year long too on Georgetown's side, and he leads the team in scoring at nearly 20 a night. And that's going to go up tonight because of the 22 he put in the first half.
And again, pick your poison. Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3.
They reset the shot clock down to 8. So Washington being harassed by Posh Posh. You got to find a way to get it in. He does to Gilliland, and Clareth gets called for the reach in. Clareth was in good position. If he just keeps moving his feet, he's forcing Gilliland to the baseline. Instead, he commits his second foul.
Right.
69-51, 13:09 remaining here at Davis Reed Alumni Gym. Washington to inbound. Crawford off his fingertips.
That was a tough throw from Washington. And by the way, partner, Washington saw some action early in the first half, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. So just a quick sampling. Oh, my. You could hear LJ going, my fault on that pass. Yeah, that was a very lackadaisical pass. It almost cost the Tigers.
Washington defending Coward, senior against freshman. Washington, a native of Atlanta. Coward. Now Coffey sets a screen for Clareth. He wants a 3, and they're going to call the foul, and Washington doesn't like it. I think they're going to say violated that cylinder.
The cylinder, yeah.
Because there really wasn't a lot of contact there. They're going to say it was a push. But Kyle Washington has fouled Nico Clareth, and in doing so has sent one of the best free throw shooters in America to the line for 3. Clareth's first point of the half, give him 23 in total.
Boy, that is a lost art from American basketball players of shooting free throws.
Second one perfect. As fans have seen at any level, it can win you games. It can lose you a lot of games, too. Clareth buries all 3 with no issue. He has 25.
That's the easiest 3 he'll have of the night, too, though.
72-51. Georgetown has not really been able to break it open beyond this point. Mitchell poked away from behind by Coward. Somehow got it back, though. Mitchell inside and lays it in.
He's got some skills offensively.
Quick, good feet, mobile, big guy. On the other side, they lose Conway in transition, and that's what happens. Mitchell was the one out there to sort of challenge, but that's not his responsibility. Conway now with 12.
And Cowherd, how many assists away from a double-double?
That right there,
another double-digit.
That was Coward's 11th assist. Crawford, difficult jumper there. Coffey has his rebound, his 11th. Conway up ahead, stops, pops, bingo.
4 assists for Coffey tonight, if they give him an assist.
Let's see if he gets to that one.
It led directly to a basket.
It did. 78-53 on Georgetown's 10th 3 of the night. Tigers 50% from downtown. Gilliland over to Crawford. Doesn't want it. Gilliland rolling to the rim, fall away over Posh Posh. That is beautiful.
That is. And I tell you what, he had to arc that thing really high to get over the outstretched arm of Posh.
Dirk Nowitzki would be proud of those. He's hit 2 of those tonight. Coward out to Coffey. Lost it on the way. Mitchell, good hands to reach inside and poke it away. Washington going to try it on the other side, and Posh Posh says no as Washington hits the deck hard.
Yeah, he caught his leg on Clareth. He was looking at Nico coming from his right. Unfortunately, he forgot about
on the play. Posh Posh got it clean. Washington took an ugly spill, but good news is he's just fine.
Somebody asked me, I took a spill like that one time, said, well, how are you not hurt? And I said, simple. I hate the best part of me, my head, or the hardest part.
Gilliland gets called for a walk.
Posh Posh going to get a break.
Hugo Boomba comes back into the game for Posh Posh. Tell you what, Posh Posh, the way he's played tonight, may have earned himself into the starting lineup going forward.
He may have.
He's played very well tonight. Here's Chris Coffey at the elbow, gets a screen from Boomba, now wants to cross over on Mitchell, spinning the lane.
He walked.
And they're going to call the walk.
He did.
He was challenged by Washington there, but I think a good call there. Just the 3rd turnover for Georgetown. Trying to show the guard skills, but did it in limited space against a 7-footer. Doesn't always work out. Back again. His 7th 3. 7 of 11. Noah Back is from downtown. And the true freshman from Perry County Central High School, having himself a night.
Wow.
Now Boomba gets called for the
Well, what he
offensive
did
foul.
was he set a down screen and pinned his man behind him, and the official said, well, you were a little bit violent with that. Can't help that Boomba's got a strength advantage over the guy.
He's got some beef to him.
He
There's
does.
no mistake about that. Gilliland down the lane as Coffey went gambling for the pass. Coffey just got away, I think, with a shove in the back of Mitchell. Now two guys block Mitchell right at the rim. This side,
Lob.
Coward.
Nope.
He'll take it himself. You just assume the pass is coming with L.J. Coward, but instead he lays it in.
Well, nobody came over, so you take it as far as they let you.
Coward now with 7 to go along with 11 assists. Noah back.
That was a deep one there.
Gilliland inside, battling with Coward. Let it go, and the second effort there is going to draw him a trip to the foul
They're
line.
going to get Omer, I believe, underneath, reaching in.
They are. It is Omer's second and the team's 5th. Oh, Noah back is having himself an outstanding night here. True freshman. Maybe he doesn't know this is the number 1 team in the country he's going against and shouldn't be doing what he's doing out here. He has 25.
Well, the thing is, he's, again, in the pregame, you asked me what do you do if you're the coaching staff for KC. You just tell them, look, we're not supposed to win this game, but we're going to go out here and give it 100% effort.
Back now has a collegiate high of 26. Clareth
Oh, wow.
inside, gets it to go.
That was too easy. I think Murphy was assigned to guard Clareth, and he just said, like offensive lineman hollers, look out.
Clareth's first field goal of the half. He now has 27. Crawford whips it around to L.J. Coward, and that's a problem. Up ahead, Jake Omer. Nice feed to Chris Coffey. Coffey now with a dozen. To clear up your question from earlier, Darren, Coffey now does have 4 assists on the night.
Okay.
That is a season high.
He'll let us know, too.
Owens Crawford working against Coffey. He'll take a 3 over the top, and not there. Nico Clareth pulls down the board. He's got the bigs running up the floor. Nobody cuts off the ball, though, until late when Gilliland comes in with the hand and commits the foul.
But I tell you, I think that was pretty close to him having all ball. Clareth was going for the dunk.
Boomba and Coffey had cleared the lane out nicely to give Clareth a rim run, and Gilliland just stuck his hand in. Clareth.
I had somebody text me at halftime. They saw the Georgetown shooting shirts out of the state of Kentucky on it. I said, well, there he is at Georgetown University in D.C. They want everybody to know where Georgetown College is located.
Clareth's second free throw is good. He now has 29.
Real quickly, partner, I forgot to do this. Go ahead and call, and since I get a dead ball, I'll do it real quick.
Washington chased away by Boomba. Now Gilliland will let a 3-ball fly. It is good. Just the 12th 3 of the season for Cole Gilliland. His first tonight. Now Georgetown with a sloppy exchange. And Noah back. Can't get the 3 to go. That's a break for Georgetown. He was wide open. Clareth to the right side. Good look. And that's the difference between a number 1 team and a team with just 1 win on the year.
Yep. And the beat goes on.
89-63 on the Tigers' 11th 3 of the night. Jabari Murphy in there, doesn't want it, and Washington will back it all the way out.
Partner, you know who we haven't seen in the second half? It's Kyron Jones. We haven't seen him at all.
No, he just played the first few minutes, and that's been it. Gilliland trying to back down Coffey. Nice pass. Great pass to Kyle Washington for the lay-in.
Really nice look from Gilliland.
I tell you, they run some really nice offensive sets. Good motion offense. Clareth inside, fouled by Murphy, and he'll shoot 2.
Now, while we have a quick break here. Partner, I got to spend time in my hometown at a little elementary school today, and some of them were going to listen tonight. And I said, if you don't listen tonight, you can go back and listen over the holiday period. But I want to tell the entire school of Southside Elementary there in Versailles, thank you for inviting me to Career Day. I had an absolute blast.
Clareth at the line now with 30.
You know what is to spend a couple of hours in the morning with preschool kids?
If you weren't awake before, you'd be awake sure then.
Either that or you'd be tired and ready to take another nap. But it was great.
Did you?
No. I made sure I had a pot of coffee before I went in. But no, it was a great time. In Miss Branham's classroom, I spent time with her in her classroom, and I appreciate the invite. It was a wonderful time there today.
Gilliland, a deep three, and too strong as Boomba clears the glass.
I tell you, I like Boomba's game. He does exactly what he's asked.
Omer tried the lob, wasn't a good feed to Posh Posh, and he'll back out the offense. Boomba working inside. Nice move to the rim.
Well, his teammates on the bench, Kyron Jones.
Tell him,
Michael
Boomba,
Teray
nobody
said,
underneath the rim.
why didn't you just go up and shoot it?
He wanted the assist instead. Boomba's first basket.
Well, Posh wanted the assist.
That's what I'm saying.
To him, yeah,
yeah,
but he didn't.
Clearly. Posh working on his all-around game. Boomba, though, with a nice finish with the left hand on the play. He's going to work now against Washington at the top, and he swats the shot away, but does right to Owens Crawford. Three is no good. Coffee eventually wins the tap. Oh, look at him going behind the back.
Serious?
Hello.
Well, you know we got to get out of here before he comes out of the locker room because you know he'll talk about his guard skills he just showed.
That is spectacular.
That was.
For all the grief we give Chris Coffey, that is a spectacular play. Murphy cut off, gives it to Gilliland. Now Washington lost on the way, eventually finds it out to back. That's the one guy you can't leave.
Yeah, this thing, until that basket by back, had grown to a 30-point lead.
Back now with 29.
Oh, wow.
Clarith steps back on Washington, can't answer with a three of his own, gets his own offensive rebound. Load it up, knock it down again. Nico Clarith with 34.
Well, KCU will understand you do not give a shooter the caliber of Nico Clarith or even Jake Omer a second opportunity.
Owens Crawford
Nice
all the way
look.
through, out to back. That one hits the shot clock and goes over to Georgetown.
Well, that was a nice look.
Nico Clarith, in a span of 48 hours, has put 69 points on the board.
Yeah.
35 on Saturday against Ohio Eastern, now 34 here tonight with 6:24 to go, and Georgetown about to go over the century mark again.
With a basket here. Doesn't matter which one.
30-point lead with 6:20 remaining. And here is the man, Nico Clarith, with the ball in his hands.
And the true freshman gets to guard him now.
Now we've got an issue as the shot clock was not reset.
At 4 seconds. All right, Flash. Oh, he's in charge of the book today. We give Flash Williams a hard time too, folks. And Flash is a Georgetown College mainstay. He went to school here. He
seemed like he coached the golf team for forever.
Forever after Brad Jones retired, who coached it forever before him. So.
Of course, he's now retired as the golf coach.
Right. And he lets us know when he's going to Hilton Head every time.
Clarith, they gave him space, and they catch a break, but Boomba gets the long rebound. He'll load up and launch a three. Not there. Clarith tried to put back slam, and I think Posh got in the way of it. The opposite side, Maddox left it short. Mitchell just bullies his way through Posh but missed the shot. Clarith.
Oh, wow, nice pick by Back.
Knocks down the three.
What, 32 for Back now, isn't it?
32 points for Noah Back. Omer the other side through traffic. May got away with a walk.
Look out.
Maddox comes away with the board. Things starting to break down a little bit. Posh tried to save it, but unable to do so.
Nice catch by Cardinal Brown and one of the assistant coaches for KCU, but Brian Evans relaxed over there, the AD for Georgetown, up quickly.
Threes against the number one team in the land.
Perry Central.
Just a true freshman.
Out of Perry County, as you mentioned. Hazard.
Here he is behind the screen. Didn't want it. The 6'8" Posh might have had something to do with it. Crawford at the top. I don't believe Owens Crawford has come out all night.
He has.
Thought that would be the case. Maddox, impossible pass for Mitchell to handle.
Well, Boomba got a hand on it again.
Coffee into the front court to Clarith on the left wing. And could have stepped into a three. Instead, we'll back it out, and Omer will work a little bit of offense. Posh, he'll let a three fly. There's an air ball. But Clarith inside gets the rebound. And the shot clock reset and should not have, so it should be down to about 11 or so.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you have an offensive rebound in college basketball. It resets back to 20, but that was one of those instances where the ball didn't hit the rim, so it doesn't reset. They put it at 19. Interesting. No.
So now I guess they're saying it did hit the rim.
I don't think it did.
I don't think it did either.
I don't think it came close.
So Georgetown will get a few more seconds to work with offensively with the way they run their offense. Usually that doesn't matter.
No. If it goes under 10, something's wrong.
Clarith, step back over Crawford. Line drives not there. Washington has the board for KCU. Crawford, jump stop, out to Washington, trying to work the baseline on Clarith. Puts it up, not there, and Washington the last to tap it. It goes over to Georgetown.
Washington had an open look at a jump shot and drove it into traffic and took a more difficult shot there.
Both teams have knocked down 12 threes tonight. Omer threw everybody right side to Boomba, and he is fouled as Mitchell got Boomba on the side of the head. That is Dominique Mitchell's first foul of the night. Team's
well, he's
fifth.
played well, and he's gotten the rest at the end of the first half, but he's been in there the entire second half so far.
Mitchell, nice night here. 10 points, 11 rebounds. I think ball security has been an issue for him on the season. He's been put in some tough play situations tonight. I will grant you that.
Tough passes, hard passes.
Boomba misses the free throw. Hugo's not been good from the foul line this season, just 6 of 17.
But if you look at him, he's got a really nice shooting form.
Doesn't use the legs at all. Coffey gets the offensive rebound as he just went right around Owens Crawford. Clarith steps in and drills a three. Clarith with 37. Mitchell got behind the defense, and Clarith smacks him on the arm to prevent the dunk. You could have heard that one from Toyota Stadium.
Yep.
Dominique Mitchell will head to the line. 58% free throw shooter on the year.
Posh walking over, doing his best Chris Coffey impersonation. He's asking Cowherd, Conway, and Omari Tyler who's coming in for him. Well, doesn't matter. He's coming out. So he knew he was one of the guys that they were taking out.
Posh heading out. His night likely done. 14 points, 5 boards. Chris Coffey's night likely done. 14 points, 13 rebounds.
Omer's out. His night's done.
Omer finishes with 12. Another night with Tigers having 5 in double figures as Mitchell, good-looking form on those free throws. You wouldn't know he's a 58% foul shooter with those strokes.
Well, and again, he's 7 foot tall, and you don't see very many 7-footers that have really good mechanical skills at the free throw line.
Clarith to the right side. Conway, now Nico once again straight away. Clarith wants another three off to the right. They're really forced at that time. Maddox with the board. Connor Maddox has been very quiet tonight, 1 for 5. This guy has not. That is Noah Back's 10th three of the night. He is 35.
Well, I'll tell you, somebody asked me, he said, how do you determine mountain basketball?
Cowher gets called for a carry.
And Head will, Back is the one he's the predominant thing. Richie Farmer could do it. John Pelfrey could do it.
Have jump shot will travel.
Have jump shot will travel. And you know why? Because they put a basketball hoop on anything they can find. Side of a barn, a tree, they don't care.
He is 10 for 17 from three-point range. He's 1 for 1 inside the arc. Apparently inside the arc is just too close.
Yeah.
Crawford will take one. Not there. Mitchell inside was not challenged at all on the rebound, and he'll lay it in. Georgetown, though, does not have much size outside of Boomba, and he was away from the play. Coffey, Posh, Kyron Jones all on the bench. Kyron Jones has not played here in the second half. Nico Clarith, a shot fake, and now a three. Nico Clarith with 40.
Well, he's been over on the training table here for the last 7 or 8 minutes.
I'm officially out of space on my scoring book here, Nico. Just saying. My spot sheet only goes up to 40 points.
You know what his praise would be to you? Get over it.
And?
Get over it.
Beck banks it. I mean, when it's your night there for Noah Back. He has 38 on his 11th three. Coward, Euro step around the 7-footer to lay it in. Coward now with 9.
He could be the 6th Tiger in double figures. And that would be 3 games in a row with 6 in double figures, I believe.
And Georgetown had 7 in double figures in the win over Ohio Eastern. And then the game against IU Southeast. This is the 3rd straight game Georgetown has gone into triple digits. If I was Kentucky Christian, let this guy keep shooting it. He is fouled and will shoot 3 at the foul line.
Well, that was a flop. Cowherd had his hand in Back's face, and Back said, why not? I know this is going to be, I'm shooting this off. I'll just flop. And he did. Got the benefit of the whistle. At the NCAA level, that is now the official determines you flopped. That's a technical foul.
And Back, a brick on the free throw. Again, that's too close.
Too close. If he could step outside the three-point arc.
He could step back if he wants.
Yeah.
He has that right. The second one rattles
he almost
in.
Missed 2 out of 3.
Second one rattles in for point number 39. Checking in for the first time, a name you'll know, Darren, Nicholas Smith.
Yep.
Out of Woodford County.
Yeah, transferring in from Dunbar.
6'4" sophomore. His 4th game of the season. He will wear number 11.
He's had some injuries problems, I do know.
Back hits the free throw. He now has 40.
And an interesting thing about Nicholas Smith, we'll talk about it during the dead ball. You pointed it out, partner. I didn't see it, but I looked at halftime, and he does. Oh, nice look from Conway.
Boomba gets the lay-in. Hugo Boomba now with 4. Smith with the ball right now. And now left side, this is Chance Pride, the freshman from Louisville, Tennessee, in the game.
That's just something wrong with that.
Smith.
Tennessee and Louisville in one word.
3 not there from Smith. Coward, no look with the left hand inside. That is L.J. Coward's 12th assist. Conway now with 17 points, 110 to 83.
How many assists does that put at L.J. now on his career? I figure you had that, partner.
521 for the career for L.J. Coward. Smith inside. Nice move, just couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, bully ball with Nicholas Smith there.
Coward still looking for threes. Nico Clarith. Not there. The other side, the touchdown pass out of the back of the end zone and back over to Georgetown. Noah Back's night is done, and he's going to get a hand here from his teammates and from fans in attendance, and why not? He was absolutely fantastic tonight. 40 points on 11 made threes.
How many shots did he take totally, though?
19.
That's pretty good percentage right there.
That's efficiency.
Yes, sir.
Coward with it, just dribbling it down.
They're trying to get the ball to Omari, get the fan favorite for the Tigers.
The 4th time this year and 3rd in a row, Georgetown's gone over 110. Foul called at the top on Jordan Buchanan. That is his first and just the team's 6th. So shot clock is off, 11.9 to play. Georgetown doesn't have to put up a shot here if they don't want to. Coward can just hold it.
They usually don't at this point in time.
And that's going to do it. Kentucky Christian held in well early. Noah Back will want to keep this box score for forever for the Knights. He put in 40 on 11 made threes. Nico Clarith was up to the task with 40 of his own. And Georgetown moves to 9-0 for the 6th time under Chris Briggs with a 110 to 83 win.